when it comes to whether to believe in the existence of other life forms within the universe, most of us have an opinion one way or another. Whether you're a believer or not, some cases have been reported which are so strange that even experts have been left confused. Elizondo is clear in his belief in the existence of UFOs, and believes that the public must wake up to the fact that UFOs are a real phenomena that we should all acknowledge and research further. Elizondo is the former head of the US Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which was tasked with investigating the existence of UFOs via advanced technology. In the period between the 1950s and 1980s, the US government meticulously recorded all sightings of unidentified aerial devices. It's alleged that the Air Force was particularly active in this operation, known as Project Bluebird. These activities combined to make up the National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomena. Although it's true that many of the so-called UFO cases turned out to be nothing more than objects like balloons or strange weather phenomena, around 700 cases remain unsolved to this day. As a result of his experiences, Elizondo is determined to bring the issue of UFOs to the front, calling on global leaders to recognize the significance of these discoveries and plan for future visits, believing that any new visitors to our planet may not be coming with the best intentions. Elizondo has stated, "There's something in our sky and we don't know what it is. We don't know where it's from. Is that a problem? From a national security perspective, yes, it's a problem. We need to understand what these are in order to make a better determination if they're a threat." He continued with the following. "The question is, what is it? What's its intentions? And what's its capabilities? Imagine a technology that can do 600 to 700 G-forces, that can fly at 13,000 miles per hour, that can evade radar, that can fly through air, water and space, and has no obvious signs of propulsions, no wings, no control surfaces, and yet can still defy Earth's gravity. This is exactly what we're seeing." End quote. One thing that many people have said is, are there any more videos of these strange crafts? Many of us have seen the 3 well-known ones that were confirmed by the Pentagon, but Elizondo went on to detail that they have footage of these crafts as close as 50 feet away. He said the following: "These videos are actually some of the least compelling that we have of these things. In some cases we've seen these things less than 50 feet away from the cockpit." End quote. This comment was picked up on by a lot of people, with them saying that if the government is right in what they're saying, in that these objects are not of interest and don't show anything mysterious, then why don't they release the footage to the general public? One online user said the following: "They are digging themselves a hole here, because if they aren't of interest, then why don't they show us a closer view of these things? If they're not from outside of this planet, it means that they belong to us. And if they belong to us, it means that we've been lied to about the type of technology that we have. Either way, we're being lied to one way or another. They either belong to advanced life forms, or there's a group of engineers that's able to build crafts thousands of years more advanced than our current jets, that can vanish from radar, and can outmaneuver everything else we have on our planet." End quote. While another user said this: "It's hard to believe that these crafts either belong to one or the other. We've been told our whole lives that these crafts aren't real and that the stories are fake. But this whole time pilots and other trained officials were just trying to tell their stories. These are the people that spend the most amount of time in the sky, and when they're saying that they don't know what they are, and that they have the ability to do things that defy the laws of aviation, we should have been listening. If this is some of the worst footage that we have of these things, it makes you wonder what other footage is being held back and not shown to the general public." End quote. Across several interviews for mass media outlets, Luis Elizondo claimed that not only did these crafts exhibit behaviours that appeared to defy the very laws of aviation, but that these crafts were found to be 100% not man-made and were out of the scope of human capabilities. His reasoning for this claim was that the crafts investigated demonstrated hypersonic capabilities that were described as being far beyond the scope that is physically tolerable by a human being, of whom would experience a high amount of Gs to the points that would either be fatal or seriously wound them. This meant that whoever or whatever was piloting these aircrafts appeared to be non-human, and which is why some have said they may be a type of hypersonic drone sent from another planet. Not only this, but the technical developments of the craft also made it very apparent that the creation of these unidentified flying objects were vastly superior to anything man-made. A report was submitted to government officials, and it found that the majority of these cases could not be explained, and that further data was needed in order to give an official explanation. People were not surprised with this outcome though, and said it wasn't like they were just going to come forward and tell us the truth, with one user saying the following: "Is anyone really surprised by this? When you think about some of the projects that's been linked to our governments, it really shouldn't be a surprise that they're keeping us in the dark." End quote. So what do you make of these objects and announcements? And what do you think these are? Do you think they belong to some type of advanced life forms, or do they belong to us? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.